Hello and welcome. You're watching Trending Tonight with me, Sanket Upadhyay. Two stories that we are tracking right here. Story number one, we are not very happy to get for you because the Uttarakhand hate gang, the Nafrat gang, the Nafrat gang, who are masquerading as sadhus and saints and seers in Uttarakhand after their hate assembly in Uttarakhand, where there was an open call to arms and also a call to murder members of the minority community, kill or get killed. Number one, there has been one FIR, but no name mentioned. And now, today, a video surfaced where you have police officials laughing and enjoying in the presence of all these people who should have been in jail for this hate speech. They approached the police to complain against others. And then, as you can see, they're telling, coaching and tutoring the police that be fair. And then Mr. Deepak Tyagi, who masquerades as Yati Narsinganand, he then shares a nice joke. He thinks it's funny. He shares a nice joke where he says, "What be fair? He will be on our side only." And then all of them laugh. What a happy picture. But this is actually a sad commentary on the state of affairs in Uttarakhand and also its impact in other states. This hate gang is operating with impunity. So the big question that we are asking is it now official that the administration is shielding these hate sadhus? It's pretty clear. You're laughing and joking, they're coming there, getting you a memorandum, you're looking at it, laughing, you're letting them go. No name in the FIR, nobody questioned. Procrastination again. We're going to debate this, put this to a discussion. Are we making a mockery of democracy and rules or the rule of law in this country? Story number two, there is an SP versus BSP, that is the Samajwadi Party versus the BJP battle over the perfume baron raids. The stench of corruption, but also a whiff of politics in this perfume raid. Who is this P. Jain who has been raided? Is he the right P. Jain or the wrong P. Jain? And how much of this has to do with politics? That discussion in just a short moment from now. Let me introduce our guests for panel number one. I have with me Mr. Pawan Kheda, spokesperson of the Congress Party, Vivek Kumar Srivastava, spokesperson of the BJP, and we also have Sabha Naqvi joining us. She's a senior journalist joining us from New Delhi. Thank you very much. श्रीवास्तव जी, मैं आपके साथ शुरू करना चाहता हूं और मेरा सबसे पहला सवाल, माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू इज, ये अगर मजाक नहीं है तो और क्या है? कानून में एक प्रावधान एकदम साफ साफ है. इट इज वेरी क्लियर इन द लॉ दैट इफ यू आर स्प्रेडिंग हेट इन द सोसाइटी, एक्शन विल बी टेकन अगेंस्ट यू. यहां एक्शन तो छोड़ दीजिए, वो पुलिस के साथ हंसते खेलते हुए दिखाई दे रहे हैं. इसके क्या मायने निकाले जाए? आप बचा नहीं रहे हैं तो और क्या कर रहे हैं?
Mr. Sanket, in the case of hate speech,
yes,
the section 295A will be framed against them, and no custody in this case is allowed, because maximum 2 years imprisonment is in this case. So the police are there, can't arrest them. They come there and say these things, his own opinion and own sides. इसमें उनको गिरफ्तार करने जैसा कहीं कोई रूलिंग नहीं है.
नहीं, कैसे नहीं है? कैसे नहीं है? मैं आपको बता देता हूं, तो फिर आप ये बताइए. A comedian called मुनव्वर फारूकी, सिर्फ इस बिना पर कि कहीं वो कुछ ऐसा जोक ना मार दे कि उससे धार्मिक रूप से ठेस पहुंच जाए, उसमें वो गिरफ्तार हो सकते हैं. यहां तो ये खुलेआम मरने मारने की बात कर रहे हैं.
हेट स्पीच में 295A की धारा बनती है. इसमें 2 साल से ज्यादा की सजा का प्रावधान नहीं है. ऐसे में उनकी गिरफ्तारी जब तक 7 साल से ज्यादा की सजा ना हो तब तक उनको गिरफ्तारी नहीं हो सकती.
ये पता नहीं आप कौन सा कानून बता रहे हैं. फिर ये कानून मुनव्वर फारूकी पे भी लागू होना चाहिए था. ये कानून और मामलों में भी लागू होना चाहिए था. यहां तो मुझे एक कानून लागू होता दिखाई दे रहा है, वो है चुनाव और तुष्टीकरण. कि भाई
धाराओं, देखिए
इन साधु संतों पर आप कार्रवाई करते कैसे दिखें?
किन धाराओं के तहत मुकदमा दर्ज है ये देखना पड़ता है गिरफ्तारी के पहले।
Pawan Kheda,
Before
how
the
do you
arresting
respond?
of them.
Mr. Srivastav says that this is not a case where an arrest is warranted.
Sanket, we are not having a legal discussion here. What we are having is a very ethical, if I may be allowed to use the word, discussion here. What emboldens these so-called sadhus? What emboldens the cop standing there laughing? Is the silence of the ruling class, the Prime Minister, his cabinet, senior BJP leaders. Have you heard a single word of condemnation? People standing there, I don't call them sadhus because they don't represent my religion, unfortunately for them. People standing up and heaping abuse on Mahatma Gandhi, the Prime Minister, not even a fake sentiment by the Prime Minister कि मैं इनको दिल से माफ नहीं कर पाऊंगा, ये शब्द भी प्रधानमंत्री के मुंह से नहीं निकले. क्या मजबूरी है उनकी? So I don't blame these cops standing there and laughing. I don't blame these so-called sadhus feeling emboldened because there is somebody emboldening them. And I'm very sorry to say that, Sanket, and allow me to say it, please,
sure,
that those who resorted to this kind of hate speech are now MPs, MLAs, ministers, and of course the Prime Minister himself. Don't forget his Becharaji speech in Gujarat when he was trying to be the Chief Minister again. When he said, "Hum panch, hamare 25." Those comments, and look at what he got after that. The entire RSS was with him after that. इनको प्रधानमंत्री बनाना है. तो ये सब लोग जो आज महात्मा गांधी को गाली दे रहे हैं या मुसलमानों को मारने की बात कर रहे हैं खुलकर, वो सब एम्बिशियस हैं. वो प्रधानमंत्री और गृह मंत्री के तरह खुद भी सत्ता में आना चाहते हैं, संसद में आना चाहते हैं, मंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, क्योंकि उनके सामने एक उदाहरण है.
Okay, so for political reasons,
किसने किया?
you're saying for political reasons the BJP
पार्टी ने बनाया.
And members who we make the mistake of repeatedly calling them fringe, Sabha Naqvi, have political ambitions and enjoy political patronage. I think the worst possible thing we can do here is to call them fringe. I don't think they're fringe anymore.
No, they're not. They're not fringe. They are people on a career path. As I think Pawan is absolutely right. I've always believed that this phenomena, especially this Yatti Narsinganand, so-called Tyagi, whatever his name is, he specializes in recording himself. So he has become famous because he records all his what should be crimes, which are crimes under the Indian Penal Code.
And he does it with impunity, as if it's some sort of a reward.
Exactly. So he has become famous by saying all these. Who knew? Even that chap in. Now look at the calls that are coming out right now. So this is they are on a career path to be noticed among the armies of Hindu warriors. They are of utility right now. It is believed they will be useful for some kind of Hindu consciousness and so on and so forth. So it is a very it's highly, forget about the Muslim. Muslims are being, but I mean, look at the condition in which the country has landed up. That call, even if you do not have sympathy towards minorities, I mean, do you want this for yourself?
No, if you don't have sympathy, see, for whatever political reason, I'm saying, why can't you have sympathy towards the law?
Exactly.
Mr. Srivastav, let me ask you this question. कानून के प्रति सिंपैथी क्यों नहीं दिखाई देती? यहां पर कोई संवेदनशीलता दिखाई नहीं दे रही है. और देखिए, जो हेट स्पीच कर रहा है उसको तो आप छोड़ दें. अगर आपकी सरकार कार्रवाई करेगी तब यह बोला जा सकता है ना कि किसी ने कुछ बोला और उस पर सरकार ने तुरंत एक्शन लिया. यहां तो सरकार हंस रही है. कॉप्स आर लाफिंग, पॉलिटिशियंस लुकिंग द अदर वे, नोबडी कमेंटिंग. इसके क्या मायने निकाले जाए?
पहली बात तो संकेत जी ये है कि उसमें कोई नेम्ड एफआईआर नहीं है.
क्यों नहीं है?
उन लोगों के विरुद्ध.
श्रीवास्तव जी, मेरा सवाल यही है, क्यों नहीं है?
ये पुलिस का काम है, जांच करेगी इसमें कौन लोग उसमें हैं. ये जांच के दौरान उनके ऊपर नेम्ड एफआईआर दर्ज, नाम बढ़ाए
नहीं. मैं आपको एक उदाहरण दे दूं, अगर आप मुझे इजाजत दें. आपका जो गृह राज्य है उत्तर प्रदेश, वहां का बिल्कुल ऐसे ही लखीमपुर खीरी में हो रहा था. एंड देन द कोर्ट हैड टू स्टेप इन, एंड अंडर प्रेशर फ्रॉम द कोर्ट यू हैड द पुलिस एक्टिंग. वरना वहां पर भी यही हो रहा था. प्रक्रिया एक प्रोसेस है, न्यायिक प्रणाली से चलेंगे, सिस्टम से चलेंगे, एक नोटिस देंगे, 2 नोटिस देंगे, एंड इट डिड नॉट वर्क. I have a feeling that there is a deliberate go slow. आप मानते हैं कि नहीं?
देखिए, जो प्रक्रिया है उसी प्रोसेस का फॉलो किया जा सकता है। उस प्रोसेस में उनके ऊपर एफआईआर है, लेकिन वो नेम्ड एफआईआर
क्यों नहीं है?
कोई भी,
क्या उन्होंने वो भद्दे बयान नहीं दिए? क्या वो भद्दे बयान रिकॉर्ड नहीं है? क्या वो भद्दे बयान दोहरा नहीं रहे हैं? फिर नेम्ड एफआईआर क्यों नहीं है?
ये जांच के दौरान उनके ऊपर चार्ज फ्रेम होगा, और जब
जांच हो रही
होगा
है
तो
वो तो हंस खेल रहे हैं पुलिस के साथ। मुझे तो जांच नहीं दिख रही।
देखिए, जब तक उनके नाम पे एफआईआर नहीं है, वो अभियुक्त नहीं है, उनको थाने में आकर के अपनी बात कहने का हक है, और वो अपनी बात कह रहे हैं, कह करके जा रहे हैं। और ऐसे में पुलिस का अगर उनसे अगर हंस खेल के आपकी भाषा में मुस्कुरा के अगर मिल रही, तो ये कोई अपराध नहीं है, ये किसी क्राइम में नहीं आता।
पवन खेड़ा
सजा उसमें मैक्सिमम 2 साल की है, गिरफ्तारी हो नहीं सकती उसमें।
Sabha, and you are talking about sympathy for the law. I mean, I find it very innocent on your part, or on my part also, if we expect people like these who've made a career out of hatred and successful career out of hatred to have any sympathy for law. They don't have sympathy for my religion. भाई, यही धर्म संसद, श्रीवास्तव जी, आप तो अच्छी तरह धर्म को समझते हैं। सितंबर 1893 में भी एक धर्म संसद हुई थी, जिसमें स्वामी विवेकानंद ने कुछ शब्द कहे थे, जो शब्द पूरे विश्व में हिंदू धर्म को एक ख्याति अगर मिली तो इन्हीं शब्दों से मिली थी। और हम सब जब बड़े हो रहे थे, उन शब्दों में खींचे चले जाते थे विवेकानंद। वो धर्म संसद और इस धर्म संसद, आप क्यों हिंदू धर्म को इतना बर्बाद करने पर तुले हुए हैं? आपको लगता है कि आपको हम करने देंगे हिंदू धर्म को इस तरह से बर्बाद? आप ठेकेदार हैं हिंदू धर्म के।
दिस इज अ क्लियर केस ऑफ अपीजमेंट फॉर इलेक्शंस?
संकेत, if they have a problem with one party mythically appeasing a community, what is the counter to that mythical appeasement? The counter to that mythical appeasement is no appeasement, not counter appeasement.
Okay.
Mythical appeasement.
I don't know.
By ensuring that there is no appeasement with anybody. No, you can't bring a majority appeasement because you feel that mythically speaking, Congress appeased the minorities.
Yes, very quickly, Sabha.
What kind of a logic
I don't even buy this whole thing about majority appeasement, because in the first past the post system you need so many votes, right, to win. So what it is just taking the country. Of course, minorities are under threat in these parts, and they are being, these are genocidal calls. And tomorrow, any of them, if a Muslim is walking and comes across a group like this, anything can happen.
Absolutely.
So this
and
is
who will
part
take
of the
responsibility?
process.
My point is, in these political experiments of hate, where there is complacency and a deliberate go slow, and I'm going so far as saying that this is a deliberate go slow or no action.
No, you're being very kind to them. It's much more than that.
Who will take responsibility if something violent were to have happened or will happen? Because right now the administration is seen to be smiling and enjoying themselves in the company of this Nafrat gang. That's the new gang in town, and we like to call them that. They're not sadhus, they are part of a Nafrat gang. Thank you very much. I have with me Chairperson of the National Commission for Minorities of the Ministry of Minority Affairs, Government of India, Mr. Iqbal Singh Lalpura. Iqbal ji, thank you very much for joining us. How would you respond to the fact that there is an open call to arms and an open call to kill members of a particular minority community from a Dharm Sansad, and there is no action whatsoever from the police?
As far as this Dharm Sansad is concerned, तो हमें ये इंफॉर्मेशन जो है केवल मिली है मीडिया के द्वारा। तो कमीशन फॉर द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ माइनॉरिटीज़ है, तो हमने इमीडिएटली गवर्नमेंट ऑफ उत्तराखंड से इसके बारे में रिपोर्ट मांगी है फ्रॉम द चीफ सेक्रेटरी, एंड वंस वी गेट द रिपोर्ट, सो देन वी विल प्रोसीड फर्दर, क्योंकि जनरली वी आर हियर टू प्रोटेक्ट द माइनॉरिटीज़.
मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूं लालपुरा जी, do you feel that what has happened in Haridwar in Uttarakhand is worth noting, and don't you think that immediate action must be taken? This call to arms and a call to kill members of the minority Muslim community, do you find it problematic or not?
I am here whenever we find any such kind of report, we immediately intervene, and we have intervened in this case also without going through the facts of the case or the stage of the case. It would be very inappropriate to react to any situation. But of course, our vice chairman and party will visit that place once we get the report, and will see that the minorities are totally secure, and there is no person can be allowed to threat them और उनको डराने या धमकाने या मारने की तो दूर की बात है, ऐसा नहीं होने देंगे हम. वी आर हियर टू प्रोटेक्ट द minorities.
So, Mr. Iqbal Singh Lalpura, if I have heard you correctly, you're saying 2 or 3 things. Number one, you have sought a report from the Uttarakhand government on this entire incident. Number 2, you say that you will ascertain the facts and you will also send a fact-finding committee to find out what has happened.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
very interesting. But I'm again asking you this question. These videos are out there in the public domain, Mr. Lalpura. वो खुलेआम NDTV के कैमरे पर जब उनसे पूछा गया कि आपको अफसोस है, उन्होंने कहा बिल्कुल नहीं. हम अभी भी पूरी तरीके से इस चीज में विश्वास रखते हैं जो हमने बोला है.
So this is one part of the story, but let us see the other part of the story also, and the reaction of the government. We have to see the reaction of the Uttarakhand government to all this issues, statements and everything. Then only we can intervene.
Do you
and
think,
we will
do you think
definitely
at least
intervene
all the
and see
perpetrators here
that
of this Nafrat gang should have been named in the FIR? यहाँ तो FIR में नाम ही नहीं है.
So no, देखो किसी भी चीज को बिना देखे उस पे कमेंट करना और उस पे करना वाजिब नहीं होता. I only say that we are taking action and we will intervene and we will be there to protect the minorities.
Okay, so you're saying that at any cost you will make sure that justice will be delivered in this case and minority rights should be protected.
Yes.
And if there is an open call to arms after ascertaining the facts,
Yes.
you say that this is wrong. But you will only arrive at that conclusion once you have all the facts.
Yes, only that.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr.
Not
Iqbal
on
Singh
one-sided
Lalpura.
story.
Important points that you have made.
Thank
we'll
you.
speak to you again once you have more information. Thank you very much. Let's quickly move to story number 2 now of a new Samajwadi Party versus BJP fight in Uttar Pradesh over whose P-Jain was raided. This perfume baron who's been raided, who is so rich, rich, that in Kannauj and Kanpur has over 200 crore rupees in cash which has been recovered. Now there is an ugly fight over who was giving him political patronage. Nahid Lari Khan, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, and Vivek Kumar Srivastav, leader of the BJP, continue to be with us. Nahid Khan, let me begin with you. You say that this Piyush Jain who has been raided has links with the BJP. The BJP senior leadership, including the Prime Minister and the Home Minister, say that this guy who's been raided has links with the Samajwadi Party. How many links does he have? And how can you corroborate your comment that he has links with the BJP?
Sanket ji, if you see in a span of 24 hours, Government of India's 2 major drawbacks have come forth. First, that yesterday, PM Modi ji, he made callous statement in Kanpur saying Bhashtachar ki it. And while he was making the callous statement, maybe simultaneously or maybe few hours later, DGGI submitted documents in court stating that this is turnover money. It's come out in newspaper that this is turnover money of Piyush Jain, yani bahi khate mein accountable money. Now the question arises that is the PM, Kagzi PM, that he has no knowledge. The second thing that I want to bring to your knowledge is that foreign hallmark gold bars were found with Piyush Jain. Now how can this gold bars reach UP without government and government agencies' knowledge? Now since DGGI has claimed that this is turnover money, so now the income tax department can also not take action on basis of black money. And everybody is understanding that basically it is BJP's black money which has very smartly been converted into accountable money. And various BJP spokespersons have accepted that Piyush Jain is related to BJP. Even the Shikhar Pan Masala, if you see, they have given the CSR funds to Prime Minister Care Fund, Swachh Bharat and Namami Ganga. Even, and if you see the Instagram and Facebook page, it has BJP's logo saying Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Shikhar ke saath. So everybody is understanding that this man is connected with BJP, and BJP, while implementing demonetization and GST, said it will end black marketing, it will end corruption, it will black money, it will end corruption, it will root out printing of fake currencies. So how come such enormous amount of money is being unearthed in Kanpur?
Okay, Srivastava ji. Okay, I've heard your point.
One second more, just 1 second more. And then secondly, the NCRB data suggests that printing of rupees 2,000 fake notes has gained more momentum from 2018 to 2019. And if you talk about UP, printing of fake currency notes is skyrocketed.
Okay. I'm restricting myself to just this case to understand who is the P-Gen. Srivastava ji, एक second. Srivastava ji, so there are two P-Gens. एक का नाम है पीयूष जैन, दूसरे का नाम है पुष्पराज जैन. अब पुष्पराज जैन is a P-Gen who lives in the same, एक ही गली में रहते हैं कन्नौज में, but he is part of the समाजवादी पार्टी. और ये जिनको आपने रेड किया है, जो आप ही की सरकार की एजेंसी कह रही है कि हम इन्हीं के पीछे थे, ये वो P-Gen नहीं है. सो डू यू फील कि कहीं ना कहीं आपसे एक बड़ी भूल हो गई है कि आपने पहले तो उनको समाजवादी पार्टी से लिंक कर दिया और बाद में आप ही की एजेंसी ने बोला कि नहीं ये वो नहीं है, दूसरे हैं.
No, Mr. Sanket, this P-Gen is also related to Kannauj, and Pushparaj Jain is also related to Kannauj. Everybody knows very well कन्नौज की इत्र नगरी से किसके संबंध कितने हैं. समाजवादी पार्टी का जिस तरह से इत्र आया और जिस तरह से अखिलेश यादव के संबंध वहां से इत्र नगरी से हैं, और जिस तरह से इनके पास
एक सेकंड श्रीवास्तव जी, दिस इज सच अ वेग कमेंट that he is from Kannauj, everybody in Kannauj is everybody's friend, so that is why there is a connection.
देखिए, मैंने पहले भी कहा था कि अभी पीयूष जैन रिमांड पे हैं, 14 दिन की रिमांड है, उसमें वो मुंह खोलेंगे, वो सबके
अच्छा वो मुंह खोलेंगे. नाहिद लारी खान कह रही हैं कि अब आर्टिकल्स आ रहे हैं कि ये सारा पैसा जो है वो टर्नओवर मनी की तरह दिखाया जाएगा, यानी कि करप्शन का कहीं नामो निशान नहीं होगा.
ये कोर्ट में दे दिया गया है, सबमिट कर दिया डीजीपी ने, कोर्ट में डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट किए, देखिए अखबार में निकला है.
देखिए, जब उनका 5 करोड़ का ही टर्नओवर है, इनकम टैक्स से ये आ चुका है और डीजीआई उनको ले चुका है रिमांड पे, 14 दिन की रिमांड है. अगर सब कुछ सही होता तो उनको पुलिस 14 दिन की रिमांड पे क्यों लेती? वी शुड वेट, हमको प्रतीक्षा करनी चाहिए, वो उस जांच के दौरान.
So you are saying that whether it is Pushparaj Jain or Piyush Jain, everybody is connected to Samajwadi Party. I look at this as a shifting of goalposts because this is not the original. अभी पिछले हफ्ते आप ये बात नहीं बोल रहे थे, पिछले हफ्ते आपने ये बोला था कि समाजवादी पार्टी परफ्यूम वाले P-Gen है. आज आप बदले से हैं.
नहीं, हम बदले से नहीं है. जिस तरह से समाजवादी पार्टी का इत्र नगरी से जो रिलेशन है, जिस तरह के उनके संबंध है और जिस तरह से इनके पास ये इतनी बड़ी रकम मिली है, ये क्लियर है कि ये किसी पॉलिटिकल
कनेक्शन. We should wait and watch to know about this connection, whereas the Samajwadi Party says that he is your man, and now you are trying to defend your man. आप अपने आदमी को बचा रहे हैं.
नहीं, we are not saving any corrupted person, we are exposing them. और हम उसके पीछे क्या क्या है वो सबको एक्सपोज.
ओके, नाहिद लारी खान as well as Mr. Srivastava, I've completely run out of time. This will be an interesting story. Let's see how it develops and let's see what we find out or don't find out in the probe of a person who used to ride a scooter and then we found more than 200 crore rupees on him. Good night and goodbye.